I guess when I do finally get this done and start back over and look at it, then I'll go, oh, I see what happened. But yeah, so what's interesting is early on in the podcast, I did get a message right here on my monitor that said that there was some bit of technical hanky panky. It's always weird when you get like a warning. Hey, this is going on. Something bad just happened. It's like, oh, well, nothing I can do about it. I'll find out about it later if there's a problem. So I just kept going. I mean, so all right. I think now we're on the right track. Yeah, whatever. Where was I though? So Diana came running into the studio, similar to what she just did. I think that's where I was in the story, where like I'm talking about Diana running into the studio, and then she actually comes into the studio. That was weird. So like she goes, the dogs are out. The dogs are out. They've escaped. We've got this pen. It's like a kennel. And so I had Benny, the one-eyed wonder dog, out there, along with O'Neill and Bruce. Daisy, we didn't want her out there because in case she decides to get the bug up her ass, she's going to kick the shit out of all three of those guys. So they're out there. And somehow, as what we learned is that the dogs managed to actually open the gate. No idea. No clue how this happens. But now, you got to understand, Benny, his demeanor, as I've indicated to you, is much like he's always nervous. God knows what happened to that dog back in the day before we got him or invited him into the house and adopted him. But that gate swings open, and the dynamic between the three dogs had to have been like, hey, Benny, let's go. Hey, Benny, let's go wander around the neighborhood. And then Bruce is like, yeah, run it. Yeah, let's go, man. Come on, let's go raise hell. They're never going to catch us. Come on. And then Benny just kind of looked at him and said, fuck that. I'm going home. I know where my where all the good things happen, and that's that back door. So by the time we get to the back door, Benny is at the back door. He has just come home. The neighbor had called us and told us that they were out wandering around. So Benny immediately goes to the back door. I'm like, he's such a good dog. He's such a great, great puppy. So we let Benny in, and he's, of course, all worried and scared, freaking out, And I'm like, okay, easy, big guy. All right, we're going to calm him down, but then we got to go because Bruce is impossible to catch. The only way to catch Bruce is to actually run, and don't stop running. It's the hardest thing in the world, as fast as you can without having to stop. So you might have to back off your intensity. It's like Joe Morin would know. It's like a freaking track workout. But you got to go for more than like 5 minutes, so you can't really go pedal to the metal because you can only run at top speed for like 30 seconds, and my top speed's not that fast. So in the past, I have in order to track Bruce down, it is quite literally you have to keep trailing him until he gets exhausted. And if for any chance I fall out of shape where I can't keep up with him, if I get that far out of shape, then he's going to keep going. The last time he got out, he finally got exhausted, went onto someone's porch and laid down with foam coming out of his mouth. And then I was like, you fucker. Put him on my shoulder, carried him like a sack of 10-pound bag of flour, and went home. So right away, I'm thinking, oh, God, this is what it's going to be. So I go running out of the back door. I got my pistol on me. I take the gun out, and I lay it like in the shed so that I don't have to run with a gun on my on the hooked onto the string of my sweatpants. I'm wearing my slippers. Well, this is going to be terrible, man. And sure enough, I run through my yard. I run through my neighbor's yard. I go through my neighbor behind me's house, and there I see them on the next street in the cul-de-sac, about 5 doors down. These two, of course, these two assholes stick together. They're like a couple of rowdy brothers, who are just enjoying their time together. They're inseparable, O'Neill and Bruce. Absolutely. It's like they're twins. And then I see a dude walking out of his house. And you're thinking, oh, no, it's that guy that Zane got into the fight with. It's him. Oh, no. No, it's not. It's a guy I don't know. And he's going out to get his mail. And I can see Bruce is interested in him. Now, if you stop Bruce, O'Neill's going to stop too. Okay? And so Bruce is there. Dude sees the dogs, and he sees me. I go, excuse me. The little one's going to run to you. Can you grab him? He goes, yeah, sure. Bends down. Sure enough, Bruce comes right up to him. Thank God. This was the easiest capture ever. Oh, man, was that a good feeling. And then O'Neill comes running up to the dude, too. His name is Andrew. He works at Van Eck Auto Body Collision Experts. They are on Chicago Drive in Jenison. Or would it be Granville? I think it'd be Granville. Yeah, it would be Granville. And I go running up to him. I go, man, oh, my God, thank you. He goes, big fan. I go, even better. Yes. I said, I'm a fan of you. In another life, you could sponsor the show. I've got Riverbend Body Shop, so sorry. But nevertheless, I appreciate you. And it was just great. Very, very cool. And then I introduced him to Diana, and I pick up Bruce. Now, by the way, Bruce is impossible to carry, like, under your arm because he is, first of all, extremely strong. And for a French Bulldog, he's big. He is probably one of the bigger French Bulldogs you will ever see. And that dude is ripped. There is no, French Bulldogs typically are the short-legged, stumpy, soft, doughy, sleepy, lazy. Not Bruce, man. Dude is jacked. He is the Arnold Schwarzenegger of French Bulldogs and big. I would say Bruce now weighs about 43, 44 pounds. He's absolutely huge. French Bulldogs are about half of that. And you can't carry him under your arm. First of all, he's strong as shit, so he'll move on you. The only possible way to get him home is to actually lift him up and put him on your shoulder like a fireman. And so then I have to walk through the neighborhood with Bruce actually on my shoulder. And then he squirms. You got to be careful you don't drop him. You got to hold on to him tight. Wander my ass home. Diana takes O'Neill. Woo! Father, Son, Holy Spirit. My God. By the way, we've got a religious quandary here at the house. You know, I raised the kids Catholic. And then, you do your best, hoping that some of that sticks, that they, all you hope for as a parent is that they learn the golden rule. Treat others as you treat yourself, or some hell. I'm still learning that rule. But, you bring your kids to school or to church, and, that would be nice if you went to church, you went to Mass. Like I said, we're Catholic. I don't think any of that stuck. Jim doesn't go to church. He's religious. I mean, he believes in God. He didn't go to church. And so, all right, these kids turn 18, and I'm like, they say, well, what, the most recent one is Madison. So Jackie is still practiced. She's like Creaster, Christmas and Easter, Catholic, okay? Madison, though, she's going to be 18 in August. So with her boyfriend, she started hanging out at, like, their church. And this is a rock band church, man. So she has been like, hey, I think I want to go to that church. I don't want I don't want to go to a Catholic church. So, all right, well, we'll talk about it later. I'm like kicking the can down the road. And so it finally starts to manifest again, and I'm like trying to avoid the conversation, whatever. I know it's going to be weird. And then she gets upset. She goes, "You never want to talk about this. It's my choice. I want to do what I want to do." And I go, "All right, well, do what you want to do. I don't care. You think she goes, What? I go, well, yeah. I mean, I'm not in the business of making people. I mean, that goes against every fiber of my instinct to be the guy to tell you that you have to do this. I go, look, the way I look at it is you're still going to church. We're both Christians. And you were baptized Catholic, you're still like, she goes, I'm not Catholic anymore. I go, well, technically you are, but go do whatever you want to do. That's your choice. No. You believe in Jesus? You believe in God? I love you dearly. I'd love you no matter what. Come on. You know me. Really? That's it? Yeah, that's it. Come on, wake up. Go to Rock Band Church. Enjoy the drum solo. It's not for me. It's not what I'm into. But I'm sure there's a lot of people there that love it, and they, abide by the golden rule. And you're a good kid. Have at it. Have at it. Oh my God, seriously, leave people alone. That's like my new motto these days. You take care of you, I'll take care of me. I'm not going to criticize you or tell you nonsense because I don't feel it. That's bullshit. People got to learn to do that more. I think that is a big problem in the world today. That's the reason why all the fighting. Like, you don't like what I like, so I hate you. What? Okay. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Good news, folks. At some point, we got some celestial excitement today. Yeah. How about that? That means I'm not looking at the comments on Facebook because I don't want to see snooze, boring, fuck you, Zane. Fucking A. How can you not love this shit? Pisses me off so bad when I see fucking boring. All right. Not tonight. Tomorrow night on Zoom. Another edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge number 3. Oh, my God. This is a Patreon-only thing. It's going to be great. $50 on the line. If you want to play, you got to be on Patreon. You can't play Friday. I've already picked out the people to play and book the meeting. It's all ready to go. But next week, we'll play 2. It did occur to me that after I arranged the Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge for Friday, that I do have to be in Detroit for my mother's breast cancer surgery. So I'm really hoping that it is early in the day tomorrow that the surgery takes place, because they said it's about a 5 or 6 hour surgery. So there is an outside chance that I might be rescheduling Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge for Saturday. All right? But I think I can make it happen. I really do. I'm planning on it Friday. Again, you must be on Patreon to take part in that. You don't know what it is? Go to my website, ericzaneshow.com. I'll explain it all. It's more of this and that and other fun things, and it's $5 a month to start. $10 a month, you get all the video, and I buy you a T-shirt. There's a lot more to it. Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia with Dale. It's great. It's really, really turned fantastic, and I'm so happy. That's the thing that got me going to do the regular podcast, the free podcast, that I can make this my job. Thank you. All right. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage, there they are right there. Mortgage business still clicking along. 231-332-6505. 231-332-6505. Reach out to Mario and his staff if you need a mortgage. First-time mortgage deal for you, first-time home buyers, maybe 10th-time home buyers. Maybe you're looking for a refi. Maybe you need money out of your home because you're out of work. 231-332-6505. Mario will get you out of that garbage rental unit and into a home that is yours, man. and do your diligence, okay? Choose several different mortgage companies and interview them, okay? Don't just go with one and say, all right, well, you're the one I interviewed. You're the guy. No. Take your time in this, man. Just make sure Mario's part of the process. That's how it works. A&D Cleaning. They want to clean your home. If you are in West Michigan, I want you to call Amy Porter, 616-550-3644, 616-550-3644 to get an estimate on how she can clean your home. Now, some of you do it on a weekly basis. Some of you would do it on like a one-time a la carte deal. That's fine. She can do it all, and you don't need to do anything. You don't leave out the vacuum. You don't leave out the bucket and the cleaning supply. She takes care of all of that. Truth be told, she's not working right now. When the dust settles on this craziness, she'll be right back after it. But that doesn't mean you can't call her and say, hey, when the time is right, we're ready for you to come over and take a look at what the house has here. 616-550-3644. And finally, Bennett Flooring Installation. How about it? Jacob Bennett, man. He wants to give you an estimate. When the time is right, reach out to Jacob on flooring, laminate, vinyl, whatever, carpeting. He can install it all. Bennett Flooring Installation, 616-318-0167. Follow them on Twitter at Flooring Bennett. And if you need their website, take a look at some of their work. Just go to BennettFlooringInstallation.com, or if you can't get all that down, right at EricZaneShow.com. And the sponsor scrolls their logo. Click on it. Take you right there. All right. We got a pizza segment. One has to do with wildlife in pizza, which I think is the best damn thing in the world. What? What do you mean wildlife in pizza? What does that even mean? Shut up. You'll find out. In and around where I live, though, there is yet another local institution in pizza, and that is Sarah's Pizza in Hudsonville, Michigan, part of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Small Business Shout Out.
Hello?
Mr. Rick.
Yeah.
How are you? It's Eric.
Eric?
Yeah, man. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
You and, of course, the ultra-talented Phyllis are the owners of the world-famous Sarah's Pizza in Hudsonville, Michigan, correct?
That is correct, yep.
You also are parishioners of the Great Holy Redeemer.
Yeah, but I haven't been there for a while. They've been closed.
I know it. Have you been watching any of the streams of, like, Mass and homilies of Father Colin or anything?
I have, yep.
He's pretty great. I love that guy.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's doing a good job.
I've loved every one of our pastors over the years for different reasons. They've been there's always somebody different. I've never been one to like, I'm out, you know? I mean, I know that happens from time to time. Sometimes people are picky, but I've liked all of them.
Yep. Some better than others, maybe, but yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
All right. So, man, Sarah's Pizza is part of the Eric Zane Show Small Business Shout Out, and now you have been, how has your business changed? Can you maybe take us through it? You're a typical mom and pop pizza shop. Can you walk me through how this has unfolded for you and Phyllis?
We are about as mom and pop as you can get. I'm the pop, and then my wife Phyllis is the mom, and I've got my son and daughter-in-law that are main helpers, and then my wife's brother John. He's an amazing pizza maker. He helps us out. He got me out of binds quite often when we're busy, and usually if I just a phone call away, and he'll help me out when we're busy. But yeah, this it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm one of the more fortunate ones because actually, with everything that's been going on with this coronavirus, it seems like it's just made us busier. And but it's been quite stressful, and
yeah, I bet.
Trying to keep things on hand like normal. Like I've been trying not to. A lot of times I'll pick things up myself and run around town when I have the time and pick the things up that I need. But I've been trying to have everything just brought to me from distributors, so I don't have to get out trying to keep myself either at home or at the pizza shop as much as possible.
I bet. As it's you start each day with fingers crossed that it's going to go well and the bottom's not going to drop out of it.
Yeah, and then a lot of the employees too were a little concerned about when things start happening. We've taken a lot of extra steps to try to keep everybody safe and healthy. We don't have any contact with our customers right now. We keep our door locked. If people order pizza, they want to pick it up. We tell them to just call us when you get there, and if it's ready, we'll bring it out to you. Set it on a table. You get out of your car and get it.
Yep.
If it's not ready, we'll call you back. And then for delivery, we've just been bringing it to people, setting it on their porch, and then we give them a call as we're pulling out of their driveway, let them know that their order's there. So we've been doing no touch altogether. But business has actually been pretty good. I feel sorry for a lot of people that are. I've got a lot of friends and a lot of my customers that aren't doing so good right now because their business is closed down. And
yes, and I'm very sympathetic to that. At the same time, I'm a little concerned at things like happening in Lansing yesterday. I actually did not like that. It was.
Yeah, same here. I can kind of see both sides of the story, but that I don't think that was good at all.
Yeah, it was
a lot of people
weird.
Being exposed to the virus possibly, and
yeah. Let me ask you this: in the pizza business, have you ever been working your tails off and then an oven goes down?
We have had that sometimes. Most of the time, it's on a busy Friday night too. It's like
of course.
We'll notice something isn't working right, and of course and I'm pretty handy. A lot of times I can, if it's a minor repair, I can fix it myself. But then there's been times where we had an oven out. We've got 3 main ovens, and boy, we rely on them all. And there's been times where one of them dies, and then we just got to tell our customers we're out one oven, so things are going to take a little longer tonight.
Do pizza makers like yourself or maybe other members of the family at Sarah's Pizza in Hudsonville, Michigan, do they ever try to come up with the new pizza concoction that might take the world by storm?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll come up with little ideas with the ingredients that we got, and we'll come up with little ideas. Just I don't know about take the world by storm, but we'll just make little creations for ourselves. Something out of the ordinary. We're always trying little new ideas. And once in a while, if we come up with something that we think is good, we should try this one and see what our customers think of it. And
I'm looking at I'm looking at your rate. You have 212 reviews, and it's a 4.7 star rating. That is pretty fantastic. Rick.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of that too. We try our best. Our goal is when we set up shop in Hudsonville, Michigan, is we just wanted to have the best pizza around. That was the main thing. And I think that's what keeps us going. I have to say it myself. I think we've got really good food there, and I think that's what people like the most. And we've been doing this for like 34 years now, and a lot of our customers are almost like getting some of our like friends or almost like family. I know them by name, and I see them on the street and wave to them.
Oh yeah. Do you ever like pick up the phone and you know who it is and you're like, yeah, hey, how are you, John? You want the usual? Yeah, click.
Yeah, we get that a lot, quite often. Yep.
All right. I'm looking at your website, sarahspizzahhudsonville.com, and that's SARAS pizzahudsonville.com. Looks great. Menu is complete, priced well, and you're doing a great job. You're lucky, so keep it up,
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah, man. The pleasure is mine. You guys, of course, 616-669-0800 as well. Keep it going. I hope you guys still survive and keep doing great and passing it along to those that are struggling, too. I know you're doing that as well, Rick.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, the pleasure's been all mine, and I'll see you at Mass once the dust settles or when I pick up a pizza, okay?
Yeah, and I'm sure I can speak for everyone when I say I just can't wait for this whole ordeal to be over with this coronavirus and just to be a thing of the past.
Absolutely. All right. Talk to you down the road, Rick.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Sarah's Pizza in Hudsonville. Yeah, one of the few bright stories on the Eric Zane Show. Small. I mean, they're all bright. I mean, the idea that they're still trying to figure out their businesses and things like that, and the Verstrate family, that's great. I hope it continues. If you want to add to the list, I still get one or two a day of small businesses, and it doesn't have to be in West Michigan. It can be anywhere. If you got somebody in Portland, Maine, nominate them, man. Put it on the post. It's real easy. It's pinned right to the top of my Facebook. So what you do is you sidestep all the fights that I'm in on Facebook, and then you go to the one with Uncle Sam rolling up his sleeves, and that's where you will go ahead and leave the small business. Can be anywhere in the U.S. Please nominate yourself, okay? The idea is to just, I don't know, in my own little neck of the woods, get your name out there. That's the least I could do. Thank you. Okay, so, I've talked to you before about how much of a fan I am of Chunk the Groundhog. I've posted pictures, videos of Chunk for several weeks now. It's the guy who decided to, he noticed his garden was getting murdered by some critter, set up a trail cam, and it's a groundhog that not only he found out is doing it, but the thing is not camera shy. It'll go and get a tomato and put it under his arm and walk over to the camera and eat it while staring at the camera. This thing gets so entranced in what it's eating that it just sits there and stares directly at the camera like I'm staring at you right now. And it's awesome. All you have to do is search Chunk the Groundhog and you'll see it. But move over Chunk. We now have Pizza Groundhog, who is taking the world by storm. And this is apparently a very groundhog thing to do. This in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Christian Shalala Bagnell's sliding glass door was the barrier between her home, the inside of her home, and her back patio. And in the clip, which I will link up in the podcast, don't bother looking for it now. I'll give you everything you need here, or I'll post it on In the News at ericzaneshow.com. Is this just adorable freaking groundhog? I didn't know that these are rodents, but they are. Big, fat groundhog has found a piece of Sicilian pizza and is just going to town on it and just staring right into the house, okay? So she's got the camera right up to Pizza Groundhog, and then she has two dogs, they look like a couple of pit bulls, that are staring at the groundhog through the glass. So it's just one of the cutest damn things I'm telling you, you got to see this. She told CNN that this went on for an hour until the groundhog finished eating and waddled away. Oh, they're so damn cute. My God. And they sit there with those huge teeth in the front, and they just sit there and eat like the guy at the dinner table who has no manners and just smacks his lips like a pig. And but it's cute as hell. I love the groundhog. So he ate like the whole piece of Sicilian pizza. Very underrated pizza, by the way. So the dog's staring at it. It's just absolutely great. They're saying it's giving Pizza Rat a run for its money in 2015. That was the rat that attempted to drag the slice of pizza down the stairs in the subway in New York. But there you go. You'll be able to see that in the comments of the podcast or on the site. I was also reading that in big cities where rats are prevalent, because consumers aren't out disposing of their food, the rats are freaking out because they can't find food. Well, whatever. And then I heard the other story that in some zoo, which I don't believe that this is happening. It can't be. that they're slaughtering animals to feed the other animals. And I'm like, what kind of zoo is the type of zoo that says, there is no more food in the world, thus go slaughter that sea lion and feed it to the giraffes? I don't want to be at a zoo where they have to slaughter other animals to feed the animals because they don't have any food. That's got to be the worst zoo in the history of zoos. If 1.5 months into this, they have to go and kill animals and feed them to the other animals that are still surviving. Can you imagine being a fucking giraffe, and you like eating leaves, and like, no leaves, so here's some penguin. What? Ugh. What the hell? As always, you can email Eric at ericzaneshow.com if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about what's going on in the show. I probably should have looked at that earlier, because I'm seeing all of these emails that are saying, "Oh my God, you're the whole thing is ruined. The feed is destroyed." Yeah, sorry about that. We started out the podcast earlier, and I suspected something was wrong, and the feed froze on me, and that was no good. But still, thanks for trying to let me know. Had I just went and checked on it, I would have had an easier time. But all right. Matt writes this, and I really appreciated this. Zane, the rants this week about the idiots defying the stay-in-place orders have been your finest hour. Holy shit, thank you. You could release 8 hours a day just ranting on news stories, and I'd listen to it. Please don't, though. I do have a few other podcasts that I want to get to. Then he says, maybe this will happen to the idiots. Stay healthy. And I'm like, maybe this will happen to the idiots. What do you mean? Like too many cavities or something? It's all tongue-in-cheek. We don't want this to happen to the idiots. We love the idiots. We just want the idiots to stop being idiots. In Japan, it's not good. There is a place known as the Hokkaido Prefecture. I don't know what that is. Japan's Hokkaido Prefecture, which accounted for the country's highest number of infections as the pandemic initially swept through Asia, has seen a sudden large uptick in cases, causing the government there to declare a state of emergency less than a month after lifting the order. The governor of Hokkaido, the country's northernmost main island and the largest prefecture by size, I guess that's state, made the announcement Sunday following nearly a week of double-digit increases in cases in the area, according to the Kyoto News Service. This is what is scary. We are facing a crisis of a second wave in the spread of the coronavirus infections, Governor Namoichi Suzuki told reporters in the capital of Sapporo. The declaration, which falls under a law revised just last month in response to the pandemic, allows governors to issue stay-at-home directives to contain the spread of the virus. Hokkaido declared a 3-week state of emergency in February that was lifted on March 19th. The prefecture had begun to reopen schools and was even allowing carefully orchestrated public gatherings. So they were like rolling it out slowly, which is what all these stupid fucking hillbillies in Lansing want to do. But the latest order reverses all of that. You see what happens? They weren't ready, okay? And now it's even worse. This is what's going to happen if the governor doesn't remain strong in Michigan. But the latest order reverses all that, asking residents once again to refrain from non-essential trips outside their homes and closing preferential primary and secondary schools until May 6th. The directive comes amid a resurgence in virus cases across the country that prompted Prime Minister Shinzo Abe last week to issue a state of emergency for several other prefectures in and around the capital, Tokyo, and Osaka. So, yeah. I noticed that in Shit-Kickerbergs up in Walgrave country that you're seeing, you look at the overall number, it'll say like 50 cases in the county, but up 10 from the previous day. And then the next day, up 14. And then the next day, up 18. So it's like death by 1,000 cuts. So I'm not saying I know what to do, but all I'll tell you is that in these little faraway places, way up north where there's waterfalls and bear and deer and rednecks and hillbillies and monster trucks, it is still blooming slowly. Yeah, forget Detroit. I get it. It's Detroit or Wayne, Oakland, Macomb counties, fucking war zone. Berrien County, also a war zone, which is kind of weird. Why in Berrien County is it so? Is this really turning into a black-white thing in Michigan? Because Wayne County is the biggest, and Berrien County has a large African-American population, and Berrien County is a shitstorm. There's a lot of infections in Berrien County. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm just looking at numbers and maps, and I'm like, oh, boy. But, yeah, definitely don't think that the answer is, let's go to work, and this isn't happening, you morons. All right. But I think we're all doing okay on the feed right now. Pellerito writes this. Pellerito's great. He's so analytical, man. You got to be analytical if you tuck your T-shirt into your pants. Quick summary of what the issue was, Eric. It was strictly just a freezing issue. We could hear you fine. The video was freezing, but it was freezing up way worse than ever before. 2 seconds of feed, freeze for 10. 2 more seconds of non-freeze. 10 more seconds of freeze. When Diana came in, however, the feed was running smooth without interruption for about 2 minutes and may have worked itself out. Well, it was her beauty coming up the steps, guys. Poor thing. Comes marching in here. It was jammy time still. Jammy time all the time around the household. All right. Let's see. 1, 2. I have 3 stories left, and only one has anything to do with coronavirus. And the next 2 have nothing to do with coronavirus. Hey, how about that? I have T-shirts available at ericzaneshow.com if you could. Show your pride of the show, that you believe in me. It really helps when you buy a T-shirt. It really helps. They cost $25, $24.95. The shipping is free. For every T-shirt, most of that goes for other expenses like the T-shirt itself and to pay Larry and Jericho. But I get $6. $6 a T-shirt. It might be time for a new one. Go to ericzaneshow.com. Pick out the style you like. Different colors, different sizes, of course. Different blends of fabrics. It's all there. Long sleeve, short sleeve, tank tops, ladies' stuff, hoodies, jogging pants, hats. It's all there at ericzaneshow.com. I've got I got you covered on flooring. As you know, Bennett Flooring Installation is going to install whatever you get. And I want you to buy it when the time is right. At Johnson's, God, I'm just losing my mind. I almost said Johnson's Bennett Flooring. What an idiot. Johnson's Carpet One in Granville, Michigan. An institution in the area. They've been in business for like 65 years. They're right on Chicago Drive. Whatever you need and the expertise that goes along with it at Johnson's Carpet One. And don't forget about Johnson's Discount Outlet. That's where Zaniac Kent works, and that's a little bit of a different scenario, man. You go in there, and it's kind of like, what do you got overstock in laminate? What's discounted in laminate? Here's your choices. I'll take it. It's one of those deals. So you're going to pay a lot less in that regard. But so you got 2 different avenues. You're going to go more of a budget thing. You do that, man. That's cool, too. Still great. Or head over to the main store, too. Find them online at Johnson's Carpet One, Granville. I'm sorry, I'm getting that wrong. I'm really struggling. I might have to do this one over again. OneGranville.com. That's JohnsonCarpet1Granville.com. From their site, due to the governor's executive stay-at-home order for non-essential business, Johnson's currently closed until the order is lifted. Please check out our Facebook page for updates. All voicemails will be forwarded and monitored to our owner. We apologize for the inconvenience and hope you all are safe. Our heart goes out to our customers and community and look forward to serving you soon. Thank you to Johnson Carpet One. He's still working on your guns, though, from his shop attached to his house. Benjamin and Kyle. BK Guns and Stuff. All right? You can find them on Facebook. Please like them on Facebook. Key sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast. They can repair your gun. They can clean your weaponry. They can modify it. They can customize it, do custom builds, whatever it may be, firearms transfers. Reach out to them at 616-902-2447. 616-902-2447. In the unlikely event that the apocalypse hits, you need to have stellar weaponry, all right? Now, I'm not really using that as a selling point. I don't even feel good about that. But call them 616-902-2447 today. Okay, so Metro Detroit, the Livonia area, there's this little kid, 8 years old, plays hockey. And on Channel 7 in Detroit, there's a dude that does sports. I really like him. His name's Brad Galley. He's always he's a smiley, good-natured dude doing it's time for the sports report on the local TV station. And he covered this 8-year-old kid, Owen McGlinch is his name. And McGlinch had been featured on the news before, back when he was 6. On his 6th birthday, he had a hockey game, and he scored a hat trick. So this kid's pretty damn good. And, 2 years later, they've got him on the news again. Not for playing hockey, though. It's hockey-related. Typical hockey player move. This is something that Joey Hicketts would do. The kid had a loose tooth, a molar. And so the idea was, let's get it out of your mouth, but let's do it in a fun way and record it. The mom and dad and the kid tied a string to the molar right there, around it, and tied it. And then they took the other end of the string. They had drilled a hole in a hockey puck. They put the other end of the string through it and tied it tightly onto the hockey puck. So then the kid puts the puck in front of him, which is attached, has a string on it attached to his tooth. And then he winds up and drops a super hard clapper. And kablamo, the puck takes off at 5 million Marty Firk miles an hour. And when it hits the end, it pulls that tooth right out. And in the slow-mo, I'll link it up so you can see this shit. You see it go plink. It falls right out of his face, and he has a look, a slight twisted up face, fuck, that hurt. And then he drops to a knee, and he picks up the tooth. He looks at the camera, and he nods with this look on my face, squinted up eyes, yeah, I just did that. Shit, yeah. Hockey players are defective. These are weird people, okay? They're great. I love them all. The only thing that's weirder than a regular hockey player is a goalie. Now, that's just absolute horrific. You don't even want to associate with goalies. They're all insane, okay? But hockey players are the strangest people on God's green earth. And obviously I see 85 million hockey games a year. And I'm glad I don't play because I'm already weird enough as it is. But what a sick bunch of animals you are. What a bunch of fucking kooks. This is Galley's audio from that video.
An 8-year-old hockey player from Livonia had a loose molar. So Owen McGlinch did what hockey players do. He knocked it out with a puck. But he did it on his own, and he did it on purpose. His parents tied a fishing line to a puck with a hole in it. And then Owen did the...
I realize I just ripped off what he said, but I like hearing them describe it because Dave Llewellyn starts laughing.
Rest. What gusto in a young man. Plays for Little Caesars. The slow motion video does it all and tells the story. And Mom asks, did it work? Oh, you better believe it. It worked. That is a tough young man who's about to turn 9 years old. We actually featured him 2 years ago on our air. He's got some great moves. He's got a great future ahead of him, and he's doing it without that molar intact. Is that good or what, Dave?
He'll probably lose a few other teeth before he's done playing hockey, too, but in a different kind of way, right?
He's smiling and shaking his head. Wow, tough as nails, guy.
Yeah, the only thing that kid's probably bummed out about is that it wasn't a permanent tooth. You know, I mean, it's like a badge of honor. Giovanni Smith, oh, God, his busted out tooth. Hickett's, it's just horrible. And then the mother of all tooth knockouts, I witnessed it. I'll never forget it in my life. I think the total teeth expenditure was 15 in one shot. Mitch freaking Callahan. The selfie seen round the world. Never forget it. Never forget it. The slap shot left the stick. I think it hit another stick, and then it hit Callahan in the mouth. Well, we didn't know it hit him in the mouth. All you see is this body go down like a ton of bricks. Not down for long. Up in an instant. Hand over his face, so you're not really sure what's going on. Trainer comes out with a towel, puts it right over his face. Like, oh, boy, Callie might have took one. He might have clipped a lip or something like that. Oh, boy, that's rough. Oh, he's going right to the locker room there, Larry. Yeah, boy, Bob, that's something. Boy, yeah, we'll get an update. I'm sure they'll probably just stitch him up. He'll be right back out there. Callie won't even miss a shift. Well, a minute or so passes. And then in the radio call, you hear Kaiser like, oh, now he dumps the puck in. He skates around, shuffles it along over to Lashoff. And then you hear Larry Figursky, who's doing the color commentating, but he's not speaking. He happens to get a notification from Mitch Callahan on Twitter. Callahan has taken a selfie of the damage of 15 teeth knocked out of his fucking face, and his lips are split wide. It's horrible. And Callie took on his own, opened up his mouth, took the picture and said, here you go, world. Worst selfie ever. And Larry sees it, and on the radio play-by-play, you hear, oh, God, no. Look at this, Bobby. Oh, my God. Oh, man, it was so bad. And then it made sense because as it started to go around the world, I remember seeing Lashoff. He dropped to a knee, and he starts picking shit up off the ice, and he was picking up all these busted teeth, and he skated over to the bench with a handful of bone and teeth, and he hand drops it into the trainer's hands like, here's some Reese's Pieces for you. And then off you go. And then the dentist, I know him, he typically will take the tooth and stick it back into the socket. And then he'll cement it with the temporary thing. And then after the game, then they'll usually go back out on the ice. And then the next day, they got to have them sewn in, stitched in so that they'll regraft and grow back into the bone. But he's sitting there, and he's like, I have 100 tooth parts here. They're all broken. They're like porcelain. Not a one was salvageable. It destroyed his mouth. Ugh. The dentist that had to work with that probably had to retire after that. Probably never seen something so horrific. I'm going to link it up in this podcast. Mitch Callahan, the world's worst selfie It changed the world. It was so bad. Oh. And I think he was proud of it, though. I really do. I think Mitch played in Europe this year. I think he's getting to that point of the career. Love that guy. I should get him on the podcast for Hockey Heaven, to say, hey, buddy, tell us about the, we were just talking about you, man. Can you maybe take us through it in retrospect? All right, I love this next story, man. Okay, so some of you may have heard it. So, Kenny, don't spoil it because I know you heard of it. Amy Schumer and her husband, Chris Fisher, have a son, and he's 11 months old. Cute little dude. Oh, God, is he cute. Holy shit. She's a big fan of the late Gene Wilder. So she went old school and called the kid Gene, which I freaking love that. I love old names that make it, that somehow show up again. Like Barbara. When's the last time you met a young Barbara? Barbara. You got to say it right, Barbara. I like Gretchen. Gretchen's still used quite a bit, though. Even the ones that have stereotypical implications that it's a fat, ugly idiot who would have the name Beulah. Can you imagine being named Beulah and that everybody sees that and assumes you're like a hag that looks like a witch that like eats orphans, but you're actually hot? Oh my God. You'd be so popular with that'd be a great way to have an awesome name. Everybody would know Beulah. So that, So Gene is one of those old school names. People used to make fun of me for my middle name of Bernard. It's like, fuck you, man. That's my grandpa's name. I was named after my mom's dad. My grandpa was I guess he was kind of like an egomaniac. He was like George Foreman. He wanted to name all his kids after him. So he had a son, Bernard, and his daughter, my mom, is Bernardine. I mean, he actually made sure that it was pronounced. Everybody calls her Bernadine or Bernie, but he was like, no, it's Bernardine, or I'll put you under the steps and beat your ass. From what I've been told, he was kind of a prick. Yeah. So anyway, Schumer names the kid Gene Fisher. And it's the middle name that kind of gets it off the rails. She's got a comedian friend by the name of Dave Attell. So she took Attell and made it the middle name. She's now changing his middle name after the kid's 11 months old. She said that the name sounded like a genital fissure, almost like anal fissure, but so that isn't the worst part of it, though. It's Gene Attell sounds too much like genital. And yeah, I agree with you. This is a good move on her part. It does. She wanted to save him the ridicule. You see, this is great. This is absolutely great, Genital, or Genital is too close to genital, so she said, all right, no way, can't have it. Do you guys know that Gene, our baby's name, is officially changed? She said on the 3 Girls, 1 Keith podcast, it's now Gene David Fisher. So it's like Attell's first name. It was Gene Attell Fisher, but we realized that we, by accident, named our son Genital. Podcast guest Claudia O'Doherty admitted she had realized that making a comment. Yeah, my mom pointed that out to me. Amy's called her son Genital, and she was right. Amy went on to reveal her dad's name is also David, so before later taking to Instagram to make a joke about the name mishap. Oh, like you never name your kid Genital Fisher. She wrote along with a selfie with their husband. Amy and Chris Fisher got married, whatever. So Gene David turns 1 next month. Great story. Excellent. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad you did it because the kid, he would have been murdered. There's nothing worse than a name that just fucking, you take one. How can you take even anybody who's had a name like Dick Head or Richard Head, how can anybody, who names the kid Dick these days? Is that even a thing anymore? Speaking of old school names, has anybody named their kid Richard? I don't think there is. I think we're too in tune with what's fucked up these days to name our kids stupid things. All right, as always, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Let me check that. I want to make sure. Eduardo Mantilla wants to be in on Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge. I might have already included you thinking you would. Maybe I didn't. And Eduardo is married to Melinda. Okay? Eduardo is the lesser half. They're in Nashville, Tennessee. All right. Oh, man. Various comments. It's never been so bad, Zane. It was so terrible earlier. I'm really sorry about that. Sometimes that happens. All right. I do cameos as always. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. So if you have one of these moron friends of yours who thinks that we need to go back to work and this is a coronavirus is all a hoax, have me call him an asshole. Hire me to do that job. I'm serious. It's going to set you back $15.99. Simply download the Cameo app or go to cameo.com/Eric Zane. I'm notified of it on my phone. I hit record. I hold the phone to my face. I tell your friend he is an asshole. He gets it. You get it. It's so much fun. All right? Just include to where it's going. Pass it along to him, however you want to get it to him. It's all at cameo.com/Eric Zane. I love those. As always, we teach CPL training on the podcast. I don't, but I have a guy who does. That is retired U.S. Army Major Steve Prince. 616-204-1705. 616-204-1705. CPL training in West Michigan. Now, you can't do this remotely, and he's not having a class anytime soon until we get back to work. But when he does get back to work, it's going to cost you $125. You have any particular questions you want to ask Steve about, ask him at 616-204-1705. Or log on to his Facebook page. Just search Prince Arming. All right, that's how you do it. You don't even have to own a gun to take that class, by the way. And last but certainly not least, thanks to Fit Body Boot Camp. 10 locations in and around West Michigan. If you want to check them out online, just search Fit Body Boot Camp to find a location near to you. All right. I have a new fitness sponsor, too, that's going to be in on the show. They're like going to be hugely active on the podcast, so that's going to be fun. It's something new. I'm actually doing something I didn't want to do. Not doing what I didn't want to do, but something that I am going to do. I'm going to keep those separate and say, hey, this is Fit Body Boot Camp. They might have one near you. By the way, I'm going to be with this fitness company. Come check me out and watch my video as I do fitness with them. We'll figure it out. No big deal. Different areas have different needs, you know? If you have one place in one area, it's okay to have one in another area, just as long as you know about it, okay? You decide what you want to do, as always, on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Okay, so now here we are in a day and age when, do you remember that story where there was that supposed medicine, hydroxychloroquine, whatever it was, that is part of the malaria medicine that you could take, and some people are saying it may help in dealing with coronavirus or COVID-19. And then you had the guy who had a fish tank cleaner, and the idiot noticed that chemical was part of the fish tank cleaner. The idiot did not have COVID-19, and he opened up fish tank cleaner like a 5-hour energy and drank it down and then handed it to his wife, and said, here, this is how we're going to keep from getting sick. And she was equally as stupid, and she drank it too. Well, he died. So that's the best part of the story, because we don't need a fucking moron walking around telling people to drink fish tank cleaner. Well, he died, and his wife almost died. So Darwinism was working at a high level there. How stupid do you have to be? What a fucking bunch of morons. And do you remember how it went? Because you know me, I call out bullshit when I see it on both sides. The press immediately, CBS was probably the biggest culprit of this, said, couple takes malaria medicine and dies because of Trump. I mean, it was like that blatant. It's like, well, it wasn't malaria medicine, you dumb fuck. It was fucking fish tank cleaner, you stupid son of a bitch. What are you, crazy? It was so bad. I mean, that right there, that type of shit is what takes normal people and makes them crazy. That type of bullshit is what makes people come after me when I just say, hey, I get one vote and I'm going to vote for this person. That I'm going to vote for Trump. That's what makes normal people who were normal thinking turn on me in an instant. That type. Insane. Well, with that as a backdrop, you also need to know that in the great state of Michigan, Michigan health officials are warning you, do not take ivermectin. Ivermectin is used in treating, is the once a month heartworm tab that you give your dog. You know, it's the chewable thing. You put the sticker on the calendar with the dog happily saying, I want my heartworm pill. And then, you know, whatever day of the month you go, you pop it out of the thing. You go, here you go. Here you go, Benny. And he chews it up and thinks it's a treat. He wants more. Like, no. You got to wait 30 days. We're going to give you another one in a month. That. The word got out, and I don't know how this happens. The word got out that the medicine ivermectin kicks the shit out of COVID-19. And then some idiot found out that ivermectin is in the heartworm pills. Guess what happened? People are popping the tabs out and going, oh, good. I'm cured. You can die. In fact, it's not proven to do anything in a human or a dog. People think that because in a petri dish it's killing COVID-19, that it must mean that it works in humans, right? Yeah, if it were only that stupid, you dumb bastard. The state of Michigan and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration had to release a statement saying, don't take your dog's heartworm medicine. Oh, my God. How stupid do you have to be? You know, I'm looking back at what we've gone through. And in a lot of ways, I feel like COVID-19, I'm not sick of discussing this. I haven't had it up to here because of all the sidebar idiocy and dumb fuckery that is accompanying this plague. Eating your dog's heartworm pills because somebody indicated that in a petri dish, COVID-19 doesn't stand a chance against ivermectin. Holy crap. We cannot emphasize this strongly enough. The work being done was not tested on any living thing, said State Veterinarian Nora Wineland in the press release. It's an experiment in a petri dish. Yeah, who's the fuck who let this information out? You can't do this. It's your fault, too. As intriguing as the results may be at this point, they mean little to nothing in the actual prevention of treatment of COVID-19 in either animals or humans. Trump told me to take the fucking heartworm pills. The fucking A, man. I took it, and let's get back to work. By the way, I got some blowback because I said I hope somebody's monster truck slips into gear and runs over a few of them. That's a good joke. Fuck you. Let's see. Ivermectin sold for use in animals has never been evaluated for safety in species other than those listed on the label. It may cause serious harm if you eat your dog's monthly heartworm tab. My God. The drug was not given to people or animals in the study, which causes concern for medical professionals who are hearing of people eating heartworm pills to treat COVID-19. Oh, my God. They say, we understand Michiganders' concerns about COVID-19 and the desire to find a cure quickly, said Dr. Joni Cadlin, Chief Medical Executive and Chief Deputy for Health in the press release. She's being too nice. She should say, we understand that a large of Michiganders are stupid, and you're going to want to do whatever you can. But knowing how dumb you are, you need to stop doing this. The only way to end this is staying home and practicing good public health practices, like washing your hands frequently, wearing a homemade mask if you must go out, and covering coughs and sneezes. Has nothing to do with taking Fido's heartworm medication. These drugs will cause serious harm in people. People should not take any form of ivermectin unless it's been prescribed to them by a licensed healthcare provider to be obtained through a legitimate source for a legitimate reason at an appropriate dose. The box says good 44 to 56 pounds. Well, I better take 6 of them because I'm a fat fuck. You people fucking drive me insane. What is it going to take? So, all right, at the end of the day, I'm kind of left in no man's land with my thumb up my ass. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. I don't care what you vote for. I don't judge you. Please don't judge me. And no, you shouldn't go marching on the Capitol. You're stupid if you do. You should stay home. I'm sorry you're not working, but you're going to have to figure some shit out. By the way, I'll tell you this right now. You know what else I'm not buying? Is the argument that because you can't work, that you can't earn money. You are so full of shit. If you would stop doing dumb things like protesting the government and wasting a whole day's worth of time and all that effort, I bet you could have found some temporary work to get you going, to keep you afloat piecemeal in the interim. It sucks. It's no fun, but you can do it. So shut up. Go out there and do it. Figure out something. Use that beautiful brain that baby Jesus died for. Go and get after it. Quit wasting yours and everybody else's time with your stupid, grandiose monster truck rallies. You bunch of fucking morons. We made it. We are done. I am not going to give you a fresh podcast tomorrow, but boy, do I have something fun in store for you. You're so going to love this. Let me just tell you, putting it together made me so uncomfortable and awkward. I hated it. I hated being a part of it. I knew, though, how great it was. some of you are going to be so uncomfortable, but you're not going to be able to stop listening to tomorrow's podcast. A lot of you have heard it before. Some of you have not. You'll hear me interjecting with kind of like a behind-the-music look at each one of them. And I will have sponsors in it as well. That'll be on the free podcast. I'm not yet sure as to what I'm going to do on the Patreon, but there will be new material for you. I just won't be giving you any fresh material unless there is some unlikely event that keeps me from going to Detroit for my mother's surgery tomorrow. Okay, that is it. I've got nothing more. John! It's the immortal John from Genesis. The song is called Blue Water Green. Original music on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Great riff, John. Really, really good. I can never get enough of it. All right, thanks for the heads up on the video. I don't know what the hell happened there. I hope you were able to piece together the podcast as best you can. If not, you can always get the recorded one on demand at ericzaneshow.com. I love your feedback. You can be a dick to me all you want. You can say terrible things at me. Just remember my name, stick with me, and understand that I'm a human being too. I don't fucking indict you for your opinions, who you're voting for. I want the same treatment back. I don't think that's too much to ask. You got a problem with any of that? I'll say it to you right to your fucking face. Go fuck yourself. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.